because you're accepting those crumbs, he's going to feel like it's okay for him to continue what he's doing because you're accepting it. Tell you, you having sex with somebody is never going to be equal. It's never going to be equal. Hey brownies, welcome back to my channel. So you guys, today is a Friday, so you know what that means. It is She's Favorite Fridays. She's Favorite Fridays. So this is where we speak on everything related to faith-based conversations, to femininity, to leveling up, self-love, self-journey, all that jazz. So this conversation is going to be mostly just about like purity talk, sex talk, purity talk, relationships, your femininity. So we're going to dive into this a little bit more. But these are like topics that I honestly truly love speaking about, and I can speak on it for hours. So make sure you guys like this video, subscribe if you haven't already to become a brownie, and also leave me some comments down below, some ideas for like our next like She's Favorite Friday conversation. So let's get into it. As you guys can see, the vibes are different in this podcast episode. So right now I'm actually at an Airbnb, and if you guys want to see the content related to this, make sure you guys subscribe and watch my weekly vlogs. My weekly vlogs drop on every single Monday, so you guys will be able to see the gist related to this Airbnb. Great thing is it's actually located here in Jersey, so all my content bays, make sure you guys watch that vlog. You guys, I got my water with my cute little wine glass because duh. look, we're not gonna beat around the bush, okay? We're not gonna beat around the bush. Like, I know some of you guys have lost your virginity. I have. I know you guys are crawling out of the bed of the man that you should not be entertaining, okay? Like, we all know it, we all see it, like, we've been through it. Let's not beat around the bush, okay? I wanted to discuss the importance of purity, really just like abstaining from sex and abstaining from anything that is not going to keep you on the path of being pure and being cleaned out from the inside out. Yeah, I lost my virginity back in high school. I had like maybe 2 to 3 boyfriends, and then of course like hookups, like you know, going and looking for relationship after relationship after relationship. It really led me down a path of like not really knowing my worth and kind of just like settling for anybody. I've been on this whole abstaining from sex, negative music, negative talk, negative conversations, because honestly, when you renew your mind and you are also renewing your body, you start singing to a whole different tune. You stop entertaining things that your old self would entertain. And let me just dive more into that. I felt very drained. I felt like I was resting in such a masculine energy. You're literally putting yourself in a situation where you're chasing, where you're exerting so much energy to get that person to pay attention to you and to give you something that they should already naturally give to you. So I'm over there like, I want the attention, I want you to be texting me, I want you to be calling me, I want you to be spending time with me. And these are things that are not bad, right? These are bare minimum, less than bare minimum. But I was going out of my way to tell them, do this for me. I want you to do this for me. How come you're not doing this for me? And I kept on looking for what I was looking for in the wrong places, like in the wrong people. And we literally ignore the red flags when we see it. I'm speaking more so like you've been speaking to this dude for like how long? You've given your body to him now. Like you're having sex with him, right? you're resting in your masculine energy and you're chasing him, right? And you've told him countless amount of times that you want this, you would like this type of treatment, and he's not doing it for you. When you're doing that, you're literally telling that man how to treat you, because you're accepting the crumbs that he's giving you. And because you're accepting those crumbs, Lord help me, because you're accepting those crumbs, he's going to feel like it's okay for him to continue what he's doing because you're accepting it. This is where you have to look at it and be like, why am I resting in my masculine energy, and why am I allowing him to do pretty much what he wants with my time, with my energy, and with my body? You really need to look at that situation and realize that that man is a man of the earth. That man is resting in his fleshy desires, and he is actively getting what he wants from you. What's the point of treating you like a wife, treating you and respecting you, if you're giving these things to him for the free? I know that there's some girls out here, because I mean, I used to do it too, where you're not having sex with them, right? But emotionally, you are getting invested. You might be texting him, double texting him. You might be over analyzing and overthinking your text messages because you're like, oh, he hasn't responded to me in blah 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 days or in blah 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 hours, so I don't know what's going on. You're emotionally invested, just like how that person that was, you know, physically invested, now this person, you're emotionally invested. You may not be out here having sex with him or letting him touch you, but you're still emotionally invested. And I really say all of these scenarios to show you guys that, like, you need to take a step back and assess the whole thing. Like, I think the first one that you really need to look at is, if I wasn't having sex with him, would he still be here? Okay. And if it's a no, then yeah, dude, discard him. Okay. Now, next thing, like, how come I am looking for his attention? How come I care about how he perceives me, and why do I care about how long it's taking him to respond to me? I feel like that's something that you have to look at within yourself and realize that you're putting too much time and too much emotion into that whole situation, and you need to detach yourself. And most of the time, we really need to be comfortable within ourselves, be comfortable with our femininity, know like the power that us as women hold. I stopped looking for men's approval on social media. I stopped looking for attention from them, even if I'm in the workplace. Like, I just stopped caring. And I started doing what made me feel happy. I started doing things that made me feel like I was falling in love with myself again. And the way that I did that, and the way that I started to like tap into my femininity, is just by spending more time with God was definitely like the number one thing for me. Like, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna spend more time with God, he's going to renew my habits and my routines. But it's more than just coming in and opening up the devotional and reading a scripture and then leaving. Like, it's deeper than that, man. Like, I'm telling you, when I started tapping into my femininity, I was like, I'm gonna pay more attention to how my spirit feels about every situation. I'm single, right? When you're single is all about being in tune with yourself. And I started paying more attention to like my health. And if you guys like watch my vlogs, like you will see like I'm just like still trying to get like my eating like 100%. Like, I would say it's at like 75-80%. But it's something that is like a constant change. It's like a constant evolving that I'm witnessing with the way that I eat and the way that I take care of my body. Like, I'm in the gym now. I was doing like, you know, at home Pilates, moving my body and just feeling in tune with myself. And honestly, you can look into other ways to do that. Like, say you're into dance, get into dance classes. Or if you don't want to pay for dance classes, like, girl, like, move your body at home. Like, you want to do Pilates, do some at home Pilates, like, or invest into a class if you want to do that. But honestly, I feel like taking that step to invest into yourself, you're gonna feel so much better. And your energy that you're gonna start exuding, you're gonna start noticing it first with yourself, because you feel it within yourself when you're in the gym, when you're showing up for yourself every single day to do like all of those activities, like you're doing it. I feel like another way that I really started to tap into my feminine energy is honestly just like doing more skincare. I know people are like, we do skincare, but I do skincare because I love seeing my bare face, look at myself in a mirror and telling myself like, oh my gosh, like, you look so pretty, like, you look so gorgeous. And I honestly do this, of course, like, you know, I'm trying to get my skin together, like I'm trying to have like super dewy perfect skin, you know, but I honestly do this because I remember I would never feel comfortable looking myself in the mirror. I would never feel comfortable taking off my makeup in front of like my ex-boyfriends, because I remember like one of my exes told me like, oh, you look drastically different without makeup on. Like, literally trying to tell me that I looked ugly without makeup on. And it made me feel so insecure, where I felt like I always needed to have makeup on. I always felt like I needed to be did 24/7. Never felt comfortable to just walk around barefaced and actually feel beautiful because I'm barefaced. So I feel like that's something that had triggered me, and I'm like, I want to make sure that I look at myself and I feel beautiful when I'm seeing my bare face, my bare skin. Same thing with my hair. Like, you guys know, like, I cut my hair. My natural hair is short, and I love seeing my natural hair in that form, because I'm like, that makes me feel beautiful. Because before I had like relaxed hair, my relaxed hair was like down here, but she was unhealthy. She wasn't taken care of. Like, she was brittle. She was looking ugly, okay? And when I cut it, I just felt like I had so much peace. I was like, oh, like, I know I can take care of this. This makes me feel beautiful. Like, I love how I feel. And then of course, if I'm wearing my wigs, like, I'm like, no, girly, we gotta take time and actually install this hair properly, make sure that she looks good, because you guys don't understand, like, I was struggling with my with my install like last week, but you know, got myself some awesome products that literally fixed up the hair, okay? But yes, like, just honestly investing into things that make you feel good and things that make you look good. Abstaining from sex, and I know I was talking about like abstaining from like also like talking to men and engaging in conversations related to that, but honestly, abstaining from sex has helped out so much. Like, I'm only on month 3, but but listen, okay, like, I really feel like this was so necessary. Like, when I tell you, you having sex with somebody is never going to be equal. It's never going to be equal. A lot of men would try to make you feel like just because they spent X amount of money on you, you need to go ahead and open up your legs. Sex is something that is so deep, so beautiful, and I just feel like it has been morphed into something that is transactional, something that is manipulative. It's just very unfair. Like, I mean, even from a pleasure standpoint as well, because listen, most of the time, us women, we don't actually climax. you stop giving yourself to these men, you're gonna see so clearly. You're gonna see all the BS before it even comes up to your face, because when you're having sex with that person, or you're engaging in like sexual activities with that person, everything becomes foggy. People like to try and make it seem like it doesn't. It does. Everything becomes foggy because you're like, oh, like the sex is good, or maybe the sex isn't good, but you're getting something great out of it. So you're like, okay, like it's fine, but like you're still selling yourself short because you deserve more than whatever it is that that person is giving you. Like, you deserve marriage. You deserve like the utmost respect. You deserve being treated to the nicest things that this earth has to offer you from that man that truly respects you. Like, because you guys don't understand, like, I'm looking forward to the time that I get to be courted by an actual God-fearing man, like a man that like is really after God's heart, and he respects his body as well. Why does everything have to only be women that have to abstain from sex? Like, men need to be able to abstain from sex and have respect for themselves as well. But I also want to speak on like masturbation as well, because we like to ignore that. We like to ignore that and act like it doesn't exist when in reality it does. And it's even in the Bible that we should not be sitting against our own body, like our own self. I know this is all gonna just turn into something even more, because with masturbation, of course, comes porn. And even with porn is just not something that is healthy for the mind, and it's not healthy for relationships as well. You want to stay as pure as possible, not for your husband or your future wife or your future husband. You're staying pure for yourself. You're staying pure for your own sanity. It allows you to be creative and to show up for yourself now, so then when you do get that person, like, you guys are able to explore sex. Like, of course, when you're married, you guys are able to explore sex and explore each other and learn each other's bodies in a way where it's not plagued or influenced by anything that you learned from the old dude or the old girl, or something that you saw through like porn. Like, you are gonna be able to be in tune with each other. And I feel like that type of connection is something that is so strong. It's like the sex just adds to it. Like, I feel like that is something that is so beautiful. Being able to share that with my spouse, oof, girl, it's a lifelong journey. Like, I wish you guys could just see, like, years ago when I first initially started my feminine journey. I feel like I've definitely upgraded and I've leveled up, and I feel like I'm constantly, every single day, just looking better, feeling better. Being able to put that time into yourself and to actually see your progression is honestly like the best feeling in the whole entire world. Being able to do that more so with God, dude, it exceeds everything. I literally feel convicted, or I feel led to change things in my life every single minute of the day. Every single day I might be doing something and God will just he would just kind of tell me, like, yeah, I don't want you showing up like that, or I don't want you acting that way, or I don't want you dressing that way. I really had to like look at how I was dressing and really be more intentional with dressing a little bit more modest, dressing to just feel more comfortable, because it just didn't feel comfortable with me. Like, that's how it felt. It wasn't like a shame type of feeling. It was just something where all of a sudden, like, I just wasn't feeling comfortable with that type of attention on me. But then I realized when I dress like very clean, very classy, very chic, show off like other parts of my body that may look nice, like my collarbones or like my calves or whatever, I noticed that the attention that I get in that sense, like, it feels good. Like, they're actually looking at me as a whole rather than just staring at at that thing, like, you know. I enjoyed seeing how I was able to go from dressing a particular type of way to being able to dress a little bit more modest and a little bit more classy, elegant, and chic in a way. We definitely spoke on a lot of things related to purity, related to femininity, related to a little bit of dating. Yeah, definitely let me know in the comments what you guys want to discuss next, like what the next topic should be. Definitely want to keep like these raw conversations, still have it related to your walk with Christ. You may be struggling with trying to remove yourself. So, you know, I want to be able to just speak on like all different types of topics and yeah, just keep it 100. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to become a brownie, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Stay awesome and stay blessed. I love you guys.